So I had just gotten my license, thus I was only responsible for one thing: my insurance. That's the only thing my parents made me buy for myself. So the cash I was making at this laundromat that didn't get a whole lot of business was burning a hole in my pocket. It was in New Albany, which is a pretty wealthy area. There was no real reason for the place, and we didn't do a whole lot of dry cleaning, which is why I think it shut down just a few years after I got another job. Anyway, since I had no strong friends at the time and knew the ladies wouldn't be into me, I just got deeper and deeper into video games. I had recently purchased a Wii only to find out it had a rather limited catalog. I knew it wasn't the biggest catalog, but still, it was a bit of a realization. However, No More Heroes was slated to come out. Since I was a fanatic fan of Killer 7, Suda51's previous game, No More Heroes was all I thought about for like 2 months. It was pretty sad. Have you ever been depressed and not known that you are? Well, GameStop finally gave the ability to reserve No More Heroes. Problem: the reservations filled up at the New Albany GameStop. In fact, most GameStops around me filled up on reservations the same day. I was surprised at the time. I didn't know the game had such a following. I was also pissed that I was missing out. The stores didn't even seem full. Now, in retrospect, this might sound strange if you know anything about No More Heroes. It has a cult following and didn't sell well at all. There's a famous story about Suda51 and Yasuhiro Wada signing copies of the launch event for the game, but they didn't sell any copies for the first 20 minutes. I rushed over to the Northern Lights Plaza, which is, it's a ghetto. I had never been to that place until the New Albany GameStop manager told me to go there. The GameStop there was the only one that wasn't sold out. The roads around there really needed work. The light poles in the median were green, but around chest height on them, there was this crudely applied white paint. I wasn't in Kansas anymore. It was also the first time I had ever saw graffiti, so there's that. Inside the shop, 3 young black ladies in black, gold poofy coats were putting in applications to work. Everyone working there was a nerdy white guy like myself. I was trying to get service, but the employees just kept talking to these women that clearly didn't know anything about video games. It wasn't obvious to me at first, but it became clear that they were making fun of these women, judging them for not knowing about Final Fantasy and Call of Duty. When one of the women said Mario was her favorite game, and the other 2 parroted this idea, smirks came across the faces of the employees. It was becoming clear that these women didn't know they were being made fun of. I never argued or raised my voice in my entire life up until that point, but I said, talking to women like that is why you'll all die virgins. Some other stuff happened, and I hospitalized one of the employees. After spending the night in jail and spending a bit over $5,000 on the lawsuit, it wasn't until the next year that I could afford to buy No More Heroes. I gained some friends to pass the time, however. Still, that night in jail, I knew No More Heroes was my favorite game of all time.